It's okay if you are a little worried. It is likely going to get very ugly this year in the markets, in the economy. But what do we do? How do we protect ourselves? I have an opinion. I have a solution I'll offer for you at the end of the video. But first, let's look at some interesting, astounding facts about what's going on right now, right around us in our economy. It's rather eye-opening. Let's get started right now. So are you feeling it, that things are about to get very difficult this year, 2023, in the United States of America, in the world in general? Look, there's a lot of facts that are pointing us toward a severe recession, and we're going to look at them right now. Let's start by the fact that the consumer is tapped out. Yes, savings rates are way down. People are spending their savings just to live with these highly inflated prices. What do you see when you go to the grocery store? $5 heads of lettuce? What do you see when you try to fill your car up with gas? What do you see when you try to buy anything? Much higher prices. So people are spending more than they're making. They're depleting their savings. And if they haven't depleted their savings, then they have run up their credit card debt, because credit card debt is at an all-time high. And it's really painful because that's happening at a point when interest rates are so high. People are getting snowballed into a position where they're just not going to have that extra money to spend as we head into 2023. And have you heard about the big shipping companies, the international shipping companies, shipping stuff from China, from the East to us? The rates for shipping are way down because the number of products being shipped are way down because of what we mentioned just earlier. People don't have the money to buy the products. Now, I know a lot of Harvard-trained economists watch Ron's Basement and the folks at Goldman Sachs. Hi, guys. But even we can realize that that points toward difficult economic times in 2023. On top of that, have you heard of M2 money supply? That's a fancy term or statistic put out by the Federal Reserve. It basically measures all the money in the economy available to everyday people like you and I. You can Google it and read all about it if you like. But what's interesting is M2 money supply is shrinking currently. And that's like the first time during our lifetimes that that's happened. I think sometime in the 1950s it may have shrunk for a little bit, but the total amount of money that's in the economy is now shrinking. And that's thanks to Jerome Powell and his friends at the United States Federal Reserve. But less money out there means less liquidity, less money to go around. And unless you live under a rock, which I know you don't, or maybe spend too much time in your basement, you realize that the real estate market is in big, big trouble in the United States. Heck, in November, the number of pending sales year over year dropped by 40%. The car business, you look at real-time data, talk to people in the car business, crashing. There's people upside down on car loans. It's a huge, huge mess of circumstances as we head into early 2023. So how did 2022 treat you with your investments? Stock investments, bond investments? Well, if you lost money, you're not alone, because worldwide 16, not 15 guys, $16 trillion of wealth were lost when you combine stock losses and bond losses on a worldwide basis. That makes people feel poor, right? A year ago right now, people were feeling much more intelligent, much richer, right? Oh, my stock, look at my Amazon stock, look at my Tesla stock, look at my Bitcoins over there. Well, now all that money has evaporated and people are feeling poor at a time when their credit card balances are going through the roof and they're losing money in their savings account. This is not looking good for 2023. Am I missing something? Give me a comment in the comment section below. I mean, even the bear is bearish. And what's that bear got in his hand? Oh, that bear has something in his hand that we're going to talk about after I tell you. Thank you for joining me in the basement. we are a sliver of the population. I hope you feel like you found a new home, because we like to talk about this type of subject. Now, regarding the bear, he has a coffee maker in his hand. Hey, look, I'm trying to raise a family on this YouTube channel, so I decided to start telling you guys about products that I love, and I love that product. That is a Bunn coffee maker. I've had that one for 7 years now. Look, if you go to a restaurant or you go to a big coffee roaster, and I'll have you know that St. Louis at one time was the coffee roasting capital of the world, and I know a couple of big-time coffee roasters. You know what they use? They use Bunn drip coffee makers. They are awesome. They have an internal hot water tank. So when you pour water in, you get coffee instantly. It's what the professionals use. It's what high-end restaurants use. Check it out. I'm going to put a link in the description below. I'll even pin a comment, and I'm going to make another video about the coffee maker. If you need a new coffee maker, they're not that expensive. They're like $120, $130. They last 10 times longer than the other name brand, Mr. You-Know-What, and you get a better cup of coffee, and you get it instantly, as quick as those little K-Cup rip-off things, and my God, you can save yourself thousands of dollars a year over going to Starbucks. I went on way too long. I hope you're still with me. Let's get back to some more gloom and doom about the U.S. economy. Well, congratulations. If you live in the United States of America, you live in a country that also has massive underlying major big financial problems. Our government is still running huge deficits. Yes, they spend like $1 trillion or more per year than they bring in. So that just adds more and more debt to the already astounding $33 trillion in debt that we have. But what is super scary about all this is, as these interest rates have gone up, that significantly increases the cost of the United States servicing that debt. I mean, by billions, and now almost trillions of dollars. And a majority of that debt, that 32, whatever it is, $1 trillion in debt, it needs to be refinanced in the next 3 to 5 years. So things are looking, from an underlying financial stability perspective in the United States, which is the biggest economy in the world. You tell me, how does it look? I don't think it looks too good. Does it feel like we're heading into an environment where we're going to have some serious economic calamity, bankruptcies? All this money that up until just recently was floating around the economy, these extra trillions, it created bubbles. It created bubbles in tech. It created bubbles in crypto. It created bubbles probably in real estate. It created bubbles everywhere, even bonds, they say. And it seems like it's all coming home to roost right now this year. Hey, and the bear just told me 2 things. He said, show the people that coffee maker you're trying to sell them. Here it is right here. I'm telling you, check this thing out. The bear also told me, he whispered in my ear, he said, Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve, they're in a box. They are in big trouble. I'm trying to use nice words for you because we don't use curse words here in Ron's Basement. Things are going to get super crazy this year. The Fed is going to have to choose between major economic recession and continued inflation. But we've already had crazy inflation anyway. We may officially get into a situation where we have hyperinflation. Are you old enough to remember the great financial crisis, 2007, 2008? Things are even crazier now because we've got 2 to 3 times as much debt on a worldwide basis. How do we save ourselves? How do we protect ourselves, our families, as we head into these very uncertain times? Well, the best way that most high-level financial gurus recommend is by owning real assets. That includes gold, that includes silver, the other precious metals, platinum, palladium. They've been around for 5,000 years. You know that whole spiel. They've been valuable. They've seen this monkey show several times in the past. They've lived through hundreds of fiat paper, unicorn, fart dust currencies that have come and gone, exploded, imploded, however you want to say it, and they'll survive again. You can also look at other real assets like land, real estate, maybe oil, resources. But for me, I prefer silver and owning some gold mining stocks. We'll see how it plays out. I'll be here for you through it all. I appreciate you joining me in the basement. I appreciate you listening to me talk about my favorite coffee maker. I only talk about things that I believe in, that I love. I've been offered all kinds of sponsorships, guys, and I've turned them all down because they're either to make promotional videos about companies or products that I don't believe in. And I thought, what the heck? There's a lot of stuff around here just in the basement alone that I love that I can share with you and you can look at. And just like when we talk about investing, how to protect ourselves, you can do your own due diligence and make up your own mind. Hey, have a great day. You're always welcome here. Me and the bear will be seeing you soon.